Bonjour, you're here, I'm queer, and welcome back to my channel. Happy new queer to everyone. I am so sorry for my voice. I am currently very sick. Yes, I welcomed the new year with a very sickly and fatigued and lethargic health. But I actually cannot believe we have another year to make more art and also more mistakes. For this video, I will be tackling Danny Phantom. I've only done 2 male dolls last year, believe it or not. Actually, people would believe it. So I'm gonna try and I'm gonna do my best to change that for 2020. Since I've made one of the villains from Danny Phantom, why not make Danny Phantom? I really like Danny Phantom in his going ghost look, and so that is what we're going to be making today for this video. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Danny Phantom. So our victim for today will be Huntsman from Ever After High. He has the perfect skin tone, I think, for Danny Phantom because Danny is a little bit more tan, and out of all of the Ever After High dolls, Hunter is the most tan of them all. So yeah, he's gonna be perfect. This actually is very dirty. I think I got him from either a Mercari or the thrift store, but overall, his body's sticky, his hair is sticky, his face is messed up. So he needs some good old relaxing spa time. I just rinse his entire body with water, and I make sure to really clean it up because I hate it when dolls are very sticky or they're gunky. On this one, his hair was very stubborn, to say the least. So I'm really doing my best to really get rid of the gunk and the stickiness from the hair. Obviously, you know, you guys, spoiler alert, we are removing the hair and we're giving him white hair. However, I just don't like working with sticky hair. Now let's go ahead and dry him off. So the hair flocking from Hunter actually is like coming off, as you can see. So I don't know what triggered it, maybe the hot water or maybe just in general this doll is just really messed up. But I'm gonna go ahead and remove everything off so we can have a clean canvas to work with. So in order to effectively remove the flocking, I actually use acetone in order to do that, and it comes off really easily. You do have to scrub it, use some elbow grease and stuff, but it comes off. I don't know if I'm just really gross, but I love and hate this part. Like, it's so sticky, it's so gunky. But it is very satisfying to remove. You guys have no idea. It's like, you know, oh my god, someone texted me. Hey! Even though I'm not rerouting the head, I still want the doll to be completely clean. I want every crevice to be clean. And yeah, I just don't like working with dirty dolls. Now, as usual, I will be spraying the face with the highly toxic Mr. Super Clear. You guys know it's very toxic, so make sure to wear a mask because it can cost a lot of stuff. But after that, I am ready to go ahead and sketch out the initial face that we want. I do want him to look a little more mature than usual, and yeah, I just want him to look really cool, like kind of like a smize, kind of like a smirk, you know. I definitely gave him the bushy eyebrows because that is very iconic, so we have to do that. And I kept his lips very realistic and minimal. And because he's a phantom, I am going to give him his glowing green eyes. So far, I'm actually doing well with the first layer, and I'm already adding the highlights on his face. Like I said on my previous videos, doing the highlights on faces, like using pencil that's white or lighter, It takes a while for it to build up and for it to actually show. Because every time you spray it with Mr. Super Clear, when you layer it up, it can actually disappear, the opaqueness of it. So, hey, pat on the back. So I actually want his eyes to look a little more hollow because he is a phantom. So I'm just adding some shadow here. Technically, some of people might call it, oh, why are you adding eyeshadow? He's not a drag queen. But, you know, we're adding contours to the face, we're adding dimensions to the face, and of course, what else do you call it? It's a shadow. I'm also hollowing out his cheekbones over here so that it stands out a little more. You know, just a little detail. Subtle details makes a lot of difference. So I'm adding some lines over on his lips to make it a little more realistic. Obviously, we can't keep it completely naked and untouched, so we have to add a little bit of life to his lips. And again, to add some hollowness to it, I am giving him some shadows underneath his eyes, kind of like eye bags almost, like he hasn't slept because, you know, he's a phantom. So yeah, it's just a little more, for me it helped with the ghostly look. And then to make his eyebrows stand out a little more, I am adding some highlights onto his brow bone so that the black and pitch black eyebrows would stand out. I already said that. And then for the sclera to be cleaner and a little more bright, I am adding acrylic paint to it. Now, Danny doesn't have a beauty mark by his eyes, but I thought it looked cool, so I'm adding it. So because it is 2020, a lot of people are doing the New Year's resolution thing, which, you know, do it. Some people, it helps them visualize and manifest things. But for you guys, down in the comments below, what is going to be your New Year's resolution? What are the goals for this year? What are some major changes you want to do with your life? So yeah, for me, I definitely want to make more art in terms of the dolls, the figures, in drag, makeup, all that. I do want to mix it up with the content here on my channel, so I hope you guys would allow me to do that and continue on the support. And now we are done with Danny Phantom's face, and I am so in love with it. I love the expression so much. I love the smirk. Let's give him some hair. So this is gonna be brushed out yarn, acrylic yarn. I got it like from Walmart. It's completely white. So I'm just taking my plastic pet brush to kind of brush it out. It's a good way to detangle it first to keep the length, and then I move in with the metal one. And after that, I am ready to go ahead and straighten it so we can have a very luxurious and a little longer weft. So even though he has a short hair, I actually made a lot of wefts just in case because it's safer to have more than not enough. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and also paint his scalp with a Mod Podge and acrylic paint mixture just to kind of secure it, and then we are ready to tackle and glue it directly. So there is kind of a method to this madness. You want to start at the nape of the neck almost in the back, and you work your way up going to the front. That's why you kind of want to save a lot more hair for the front because that's what's going to be shown and it's the main look, you know? So yeah, Danny Phantom definitely has kind of like a comb over kind of spiky anime hair, and I am living for it, and I want to really give him that anime take, you know? With all of it separated, it's time to chop it off so we can actually razor cut it. Oh my god, he actually kind of looks cool like this. It's very like, almost like a Chinese fairy tale hero looking. I don't know. But I'm taking my razor and I'm just razor cutting the sides. So for the important part, which is the front and top of his hair, I kind of cut it not too much because I want to make sure that when it comes to razor cutting, I'm able to control the length. Sometimes razor cutting is unpredictable, and so yeah, I was very, very conservative with it. And then to kind of style it, I use my metal chopstick, but actually for the yarn, it's just twisting and turning with water, and it's really, really easy to make spikes with it. So it is optional to add hairspray on this, or even glue maybe, if you want the spikes to be literally permanent. But I don't mind it because they actually do stay. And now we are completely done with Danny Phantom, and with his face and also his hair, and I am so in love with it. I love the expression, I love everything, and here is a before and after of Huntsman and also Danny Phantom. Let's go ahead and work on his clothes. So I'm actually drawing the Danny Phantom logo right now. I'm missing the footage where I was showing off the amazing costume that Heather from Deluxe Designs made me. Yeah. But I'm just cutting it up, and I'm gonna transfer this and also trace it onto this patent leatherette, patent leather vinyl white fabric. It's really amazing. So this is the costume that Heather made, obviously with the addition of the D that I made, the Danny Phantom logo. But it's really nice. She added the neck piece there, which is so perfect. So you guys should definitely check her out. Her works are so amazing, highly detailed, and very, 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 very cool. I made a belt using the same fabric, and it's just a little bit thicker. Then for his boots, I am tracing his feet, or foot, and onto a paper, and we're gonna transfer that onto worbla later. So I'm tracing the foot pattern onto the worbla, and we're gonna need 6 pieces pretty much because we're gonna layer them. So in each foot there's gonna be 3 layers of worbla for the soles. And we have all of the 6 pieces here together, and as much as possible I made sure that they're all kind of symmetrical. They're not perfect, but you know, I did my best. So now let's go ahead and glue them all together. And we have the very, very thick soles for our boots. Now let's go ahead and work on the body of it. So I'm still using the same exact vinyl patent fabric that I use for everything else. And yeah, I'm just gonna cut out a very, very big rectangle piece, and I'm just gonna do a quick hem onto the top of it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that around his calf, his leg, with the good side going in, and I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of pin it so we can mark what we need to sew. I know, keyword sew. Then I just trim out the excess that we need, but I'm still leaving a few marks here and there, and this is for the hem, because I do want the back of it to still look clean. And now it's time to sew the foot part. So this is gonna be the bottom of his foot going to the soles. So this part will be glued onto it. So just make sure it's kind of tight with room to breathe. After that, I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it inside out, and so we can glue it onto the soles, or the worbla. And so now we have both of them completely glued on. I waited like a day or two just to make sure that super glue does not have any residue left. But now we can actually paint it and customize the soles. I also want that spacey look for the soles, and so I'm adding glue around the soles to give that like futuristic look. And then for the bottom, we're doing silver this time, we're not doing red. I started with a darker silver and then I went over it with a lighter silver. And now we are finally done with both of the boots. For the gloves, I'm just gonna go ahead and paint the hands white. And then to make the actual part of the gloves, I'm gonna go and wrap it around again, kind of like what we did for the shoes, with the good side facing in and all that, and I just inverted it. Let's put it back on, and now we are finally done with our gloves.